everyone, it's Sam from Middle Age Magic. I don't know if you're going to hear me, I'm by a road and I couldn't find anywhere quiet. But today is the 1st of November. I am at the train station and I am getting train up to London Bridge and I'm going to see the From Graceland exhibition, which is lots of Elvis Presley's personal items that have never been seen before. I've never been seen outside of Graceland or outside of the US. So I am really excited about it. I was brought up in an Elvis Presley household. My mum had a 6-foot painting of Elvis Presley on the wall. So I've been waiting for this one for a couple of months. So come along with me. Said 3 trains to get to London from where I am in Kent. So it's going to be a journey. So I have just arrived at London Bridge. Got myself Starbucks. It's the Ghost Pumpkin Frappuccino. It's the only pumpkin one I like. So I've got this, so I'm going to drink this. And I have arrived at the Elvis exhibition. It was literally like a 2-minute walk just around the corner. So I'm going to have this. I'm going to go in because I'm about 10 minutes early anyway, so I've got enough time. And yeah, I will see you in there. Hopefully, I don't know whether I can film or take photos or anything, but hopefully I'll be able to do something and let you see what I see.
As you entered the exhibition, you were met with a wall of screens, and they were taking you year by year through Elvis's career. It was really like a real great start to the exhibition, and everyone was just stood there watching it. There was his songs playing, and it really did set the scene for what you would see within the exhibition. It was about a 10-minute small preview of Elvis's life. The number you can see on the left-hand side links in to an audio tour that you could purchase. I didn't do this. I felt that I knew enough about Elvis to actually enjoy the exhibition without it. The first part of the exhibition focused on Elvis's early life before he became famous. It had items from Vernon and Gladys. It had some of her clothes and her handbags. Elvis's high school diploma, which was amazing to see. You know, some of these items were from the 30s, so they're like 90 years old. It's amazing to see how well they've been kept. So Graceland's have done a really good job with the archiving and preservation of these items. You then walked through and it took you to his early days, the Louisiana hayride, the Sun recordings, and all the time in every room that you went in there were these screens that were playing. There was projections on the walls and huge like 12-20 foot photos of him, so it really did immerse you into Elvis's life. Things like letters and recording contracts. This was the kiss he was given. It's just, you know, these little things that you didn't expect to see. I think was, you know, I didn't expect to see this far back in his career. So it was a really, really astounding exhibition. You then move through to his time from when he bought Graceland, and it included cars and quad bikes, and also his horses, which, you know, he loved his horses and he had them for the whole family. I loved this section. It was only a small section, but it was Lisa Marie's items, and the baby items of Lisa Marie's were very moving to me, as obviously Lisa passed last year. So seeing these items really did bring a lump to my throat. The exhibition took you, I mean, these are his army items from when he was in the US Army. So it did take you from, you know, when he was 2 or 3 years old right through to his death. The clothing really brought home the stature of Elvis. I mean, I grew up watching him on the TV and watching his films, and until you've seen the clothes he wore, you really didn't get an idea of how, you know, large he really was. And, you know, these clothes epitomise the 60s and 70s, and they are in such great condition. So it was really nice to see items that he'd worn on screen, you know, items that you'd seen photos of. And there were not just clothing in those display cases. There were also personal effects, such as books, hairbrushes, Bibles. So yeah, it was, you really did get a feel of the man he was. This table and, you know, items were all from Graceland, so if you've seen photos of Graceland or if you've watched a video tour, then you would have seen, you know, some of these items in that video. This jewellery he was always photographed wearing, and so, you know, it's all items that I grew up seeing him wear, but now I've actually seen it in person, and that makes, it was a very emotional day for me, so I really enjoyed it. You then move through to the Elvis the Performer era, and I think this room was the one I'd been really waiting for. There were a lot of his stage costumes, and the one I couldn't believe was there was the American Eagle jumpsuit and cape. There were so many iconic jumpsuits and outfits in this room. I think I walked around it about 4 times. It was just astounding to see them in person. And obviously the Gold Lame outfit is one we all know really, and the American Eagle as well. The costumes were so intricate, and to see them up close was breathtaking. Again, even in this room, you had the screens showing performances. You had the wall of screens showing more performances. And you had his songs playing all the way through this exhibition. It's like very atmospheric. It was very submersive. So I would highly recommend this exhibition. It was astounding. You then walked through to the next area, and this was all about his film career. Now, I think just about anyone has seen an Elvis film of some form, and this had props from the films and every single movie poster. The ledger he had of gifts that he bought people while he was filming was gobsmacking. It was just the amount of money he spent on gifts to people, co-stars and film crew and things like that when he was filming films. You know, there was a lot behind the man that you found out during this. You then walked through to the final area, and this was a representation of the walls at Graceland after his passing. The notes that were scribbled on the walls, it was very moving to walk through that and to see, you know, I remember the day he died, I was like 6, and it's still stuck in my head now. So to actually see a representation of what the walls of Graceland were like was pretty touching. These outfits were outfits that he'd worn to press interviews, which he did a lot of, you know, during his recording career. He did do a lot of press interviews. The final section was a 20-minute video of and it covered his whole recording career. You know, from the Louisiana Hayride to the films, to the '69 comeback special, to Aloha from Hawaii, and it was shown on 3 screens. So you had the screen to the front and the screen on both sides of you, and the way it was shown was extremely moving. It's solemn in parts, but it was there to really take you through his journey through music, through live performances. And I don't think, everyone was completely silent in that room, because you were just appreciating Elvis the man, Elvis the music, Elvis the legend. And it was a very fitting ending to what was an amazing exhibition. I haven't put in the full 20 minutes. This is just clips to show you the performances they showed and give you an idea of what it was like. It was a very fitting end to the exhibition. So would I recommend this exhibition to people? And my answer is yes. Even if you're not a true die-hard Elvis fan, but you know some of his music or you know some of his films, you would learn so much from visiting this exhibition. Getting to, see movie outfits and scripts and things like that just took it to a whole new level. Value wise, I think it was an amazing value. It was under £20 for the ticket. You booked a time to arrive, but there was no time limit for how long you could be in there. So if you'd wanted to wander back through to a certain area, or walk round and then double back and then walk round again to take photos or take video, then you could. So there was no limit as to how long you could be in there. As I said, it really was for me, it was a very emotional experience. And yeah, there were places where it brought a lump to my throat. There were places where I was smiling because and yeah, there were places where it brought a lump to my throat. There were places where I was smiling because music brings back memories for many people, and for me, this was part of my childhood and growing up was Elvis Presley music and Elvis Presley films. So yeah, it was a very emotional experience for me. This section of the final video presentation really brought a lump to my throat. His performance at the '69 comeback special of If I Can Dream has got to be one of my favourite performances of his, and this really, you know, put the hairs on my back, made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and I got quite emotional at this stage. But yeah, again, you know, it really showed what a true showman he was, and just putting this as one of the last songs in this presentation really built up the emotion. This was the last song in the presentation, and as you can see on the side walls, they were showing photos from throughout his life. And I don't think I really appreciated, you know, what the man was. And I think seeing his personal effects really brought home that, you know, not only was he, you know, a screen legend, a music legend, someone who was larger than life, but he was still a man, and he was still, you know, Lisa Marie's dad, and he still enjoyed to play with cars, you know, he still had his big boys toys. And yeah, I think seeing this exhibition really did bring that home. So as we're coming to the end of this vlog, if you've liked this video, please click the thumbs up button. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. If you'd like to see more of our days out and our Disney travels, then please click on the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of when we post anything new, then click on the bell and you won't miss a thing. Thank you for watching this video of from Graceland's Elvis exhibition that's at London Bridge in London. I would highly recommend it to everybody.